Shalom, blessings in the name of Jesus Christ. My name is Miriam. Hi, how are you today? Okay, I just wanted to show you that it's right over my head right now. And it's taking up a big part of the sky. And you can kind of see the line of delineation there on the right. But you can't really, like the rest of it is completely behind. See, it's behind cloud cover, covering everything. So, alright. What I have to read is definitely correlating. Excuse me. I wanted to establish that Planet X has made many other crossings, and it definitely would behoove us, to do us a favor, to read these accounts of previous crossings. So I am in the book of Gleanings, chapter 4, verse 24. Then, with the dawning, men saw an awesome sight. There, riding on a great black, rolling cloud, came the destroyer, newly released from the confines of the sky vaults, and she raged about the heavens, for it was her day of judgment. The beast with her opened its mouth and belched forth fire, hot stones, and a vile smoke. It covered the whole sky above, and the meeting place of earth and heaven could no longer be seen. In the evening, the places of the stars were changed. They rolled across the sky to new stations, and then the floodwaters came. The floodgates of heaven were opened, and the foundations of earth were broken apart. The surrounding waters poured over the land and broke upon the mountains. The storehouses of the winds burst their bolts asunder, so storms and whirlwinds were loosed to hurl themselves upon the earth. In the seething waters and howling gales, all buildings were destroyed, trees were uprooted, and mountains were cast down. There was a time of great heat, and then came a time of bitter cold. The waves over the waters did not rise and fall, but seethed and swirled, and there was an awful sound above in the sky. The pillars of heaven were broken and fell down to earth. The sky vault was rent and broken. That means the firmament fell. The pillars of heaven were broken and fell down to earth. The sky vault was rent and broken. The whole of creation was in chaos. The stars in heaven were loosened from their places, so they dashed about in confusion. There was a revolt on high. A new ruler appeared there and swept across the sky in majesty. Well, that's their interpretation of what was going on. We know it's Yahuwah passing judgment on them, right? Okay, so those who had, again, these people had built a ship. It's not Noah. Okay, it's a different story from a different time period. And if you would like to know more about these other floods, you can go to the John Levi channel is a good place. It's Jonlevi. It's V as in Victor. Okay. Those who had not labored at the building of the great ship, and those who had mocked the builders, came quickly to the place where it was lying. They climbed upon the ship and beat upon it with their hands. They raged and pleaded, but could not enter inside, nor could they break the wood. As the great ship was borne up by the waters, it rolled, and they were swept off, for there was no foothold for them. The ship was lifted by the mighty surge of waters, and hurled among the debris. But it was not dashed upon the mountainside because of the place where it was built. All the people not saved within the ship were swallowed up in the midst of raging confusion, and their wickedness and corruption was purged away from the face of the earth. Then the swelling waters swept up to the mountain tops and filled the valleys. They did not rise like water poured into a bowl, but came in great surging torrents. They did not rise like water poured into a bowl, but came in great surging torrents, what we call tsunamis. But when the tumult quietened and the waters became still, they stood no more than 3 cubits above the earth. The destroyer passed away into the fastness of heaven, and the great flood remained 7 days, diminishing day by day as the waters drained away to their places. So we know this isn't the great flood of Noah. This is a smaller one that God, this is what he does. This is his MO. Then the waters spread out calmly, and the great ship drifted amid a brown scum and debris of all kinds. After many days, a great ship came to rest upon Cardo in the mountains of Ashtar against Nishim in the land of God. Yes. Very, very, very interesting. And the fact that it didn't rain for 40 days. And what an honor to be alive at this time, to see the last act, the last crossing, the last incoming show of the destroyer. And I have other ones to read also, so I'm just going to keep recording. Yahuwah bless you and keep you in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen.